Hey everybody, welcome to another Around the Piano podcast, and our special guest today is Aldren Bionis.
Hello, hello.
I'm Tim Paul, and Aldren, of course, you know him from Lifting Spirits and Behind the Counter and teaching over at Piano Trends Music.
That is right,
And
yes.
we're going to have some special news in just a moment that we're going to announce, and our good buddy Adam Huckabee, not the governor, but Adam is going to join us in a little bit. And Drew, how you doing back there? Drew's behind.
I love the name Huckabee.
Isn't that cool? It's just easy to say.
It's like, it reminds me of a pie. I don't know why.
Huckabee pie.
I'll take 2 Huckabee pies, please.
Yeah, please.
And you know, Aldren also produces here at 216 Creator Studios.
Yeah.
He certainly does.
You know, and speaking of, listen, if you're interested in having a show or like one of the shows that we have to sponsor, if you go in the old Google box there and check us out at our YouTube channel for 216 Creator Studios, click that live tab for all the new content that's coming around the corner. Like, share, subscribe, smash that bell. You get to future notifications of the shows that you like coming in. And, you know, this episode is partly brought to you by our friends here at 216 Creator Studios. You know, Tim, there's so many shows that are happening out there right now. The team at 216 is just crushing it. They got, you know, Roger That Chronicles is coming back soon. And they have a new show coming out called The Stories of the Paranow, which is a paranormal. So anything, Aldrin, from ghosts to alien abduction, breaking the fourth wall, time travel, Mandela, you name it, the guys are covering it. They're doing reaction videos to it, having guests on that kind of are in that space to talk about it, and they all get to have their opinion on it. Now, I do believe there is true believers in that are going to be hosting this. One's a true believer, one's more on the skeptical side, and one's a little bit more that can go either way, but is also in editing and can kind of figure things out based on video. So stay tuned for that. It's coming around the corner. Check out the pilot. It will be marketed. What are some of your favorite shows here?
You know, I've got a couple of favorite shows. Of course, Around the Piano is
right.
I like
the
that
number
one.
one show.
Yeah,
right
number
now.
one show.
The number
Yeah,
one show.
yeah,
Number
absolutely.
One. Aldrin, number one.
There's 2 shows that I really like. I love Let's Talk Local, which I like to be a part of once in a while, because we get to talk with, in our community, we get to talk with the people that we know and love and want to support, but it's about community throughout the country.
Yep.
You know, we've talked with people.
Whatever's local in your
whatever's
area.
local in their area.
And
It
you know
works
what's
out.
great about that too is it really helps brand awareness for mom and pop shops to help them grow. They get to tell their story. And there's several things that happens. You know, you tell this story, someone's going to be looking to open a business or maybe had those kind of problems. And, you know, that helps them as well, knowing what to do moving forward by hearing these stories of how these people started their business and what they do and why they do it and where you can go to help them. So it's just a revolution machine that just constantly helps other people. I absolutely
really
love
does.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you do a show that you host called
I
The
do.
Art of Leveling Up.
That's right.
And that's for businesses that want to take it to the next step, so
That's
to speak.
right. That's right. You know, we found a need as a business coach. We found a need. I'm one of the owners of the Shared Connections networking group, and it's more of a personal development tool for people because when you help yourself level up in your life, your business just follows. Nobody's on this planet just to work. That's silly. You know, how are you
Exactly.
supposed to experience everything if you're just buried in 4 walls or doing the same thing over and it's boring, right? So what we do is we try to help people realize that and, you know, create time management tools and everything else that help level people up. Well, my business with DCCS is able to utilize my network and say, how did you level up? Let's give the story. Let's get that out there so other people can hear that and maybe it'll help them as well.
Exactly.
So The Art of Leveling Up a Cappuccino, there's one being aired tomorrow, which will be that Tuesday, the, what is it, the 20th?
Tuesday the 20th.
At 9:30 a.m. So if you miss it, don't worry, folks. That also will be on our radio side, playing in between playlists and whatnot. And stay tuned. We have 3 new radio channels coming around quarter. Like I said, we're doing great things here, and we're really excited. So there's a bunch of shows up for sales that we pre-make, and if you have an idea that you for a show and you want to be part of the studio,
Get in
reach out to us.
contact. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Info at 216thenet.com. That's info at 216thenet.com. And remember, sky's the limit. If you are creative or you want to shoot, you just don't know where to go with it. Like I said, we have pre-made shows. Take a look one, pick one out, and let's get it on air. We're ready to go. So I'm excited about today because two things. Number one, I know Adam's in the green room waiting patiently. I could see him. And we before you got here, Adam, we talked about Huckabee being a pie because it sounds like a pie. I love it. And who doesn't like pie? Aldren is, and we've talked about this before, Tim. We hate Aldren.
Exactly
We just
right.
do.
Yeah.
The reason is, and you can see in front of him, he's going to give us a little bit of that talent today. And the secret of Adam backstage, and also I hate him as well because there's multi-talent with this young man as well. I can't wait to hear about, they're in a band together. I can't wait to hear about what they're doing, where they're going, what they're going to do next, and watching this young talent grow to be a monster because I heard them rehearse not too long ago through the spy cams here at the studio.
There you go.
And they are awesome.
They
Just
are.
awesome.
Well, I've had the opportunity to be able to listen and watch them grow. Just in the few years they've been with us at Piano Trends, they've taken over some of the Lifting Spirits shows.
Yep, I
just
saw that.
themselves. Yeah.
And the voice. I mean, Adam's voice is great. Aldrin's voice is great. I mean, they're just, it's that raw talent that makes me want to hate you.
And they've got a wonderful drummer who's not with us today, Elijah. And Elijah kind of put together the show that you're going to be doing at the Arcada coming up that is August the 28th. Is that correct?
Yes.
So
yes.
tickets are available. We're going to talk about that. But,
Well, I'm interested in watching you drill our friend Aldrin over there. Let's get some data on that. We also have a website that we can pop up with some of that data and information.
Absolutely.
I got some tickers for you that'll be on the bottom of the screen, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for your patience, Adam. We'll get you in here in a minute. Tim, what do we got?
Let's talk a little bit. First of all, I'm going to do one more short commercial because our good friends at Casio help us and they supply us with all of our instruments on the digital piano and keyboard side. And Aldrin, you're going to hear just how much sound this little keyboard can do. Mm-hmm. And the majority of it truly is Aldrin. But the keyboard helps.
But it helps to have a nice keyboard.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
We appreciate Casio for letting us use the keyboard on air. If you feel free, send that check to 216thenet.
Exactly.
That's info at 216thenet.com. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. So, Aldrin, tell us what's going on. Phil, give us a little background on what we're doing here, and then we'll bring Adam on to maybe some fanfare with the keyboard here.
Yeah. So, I thought it'd be fun. So, we're kind of promoting our debut concert, and me and Adam will talk about it in a little bit. But our band just came out with an album called Metacognition. Our name is Concept Mix, and we just thought it'd be fun to kind of go around promoting it a bit. And I thought I might play some songs for you guys today.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. Real quick, before you play, how did you come up with the name? What does it mean?
So Concept Mix was born in my house. Adam used to come over, stay until like 3 a.m. at my house doing only God knows what, music, eating, having fun, right? And we both had a really big passion for music and wanted to create this project, a YouTube channel it started out as. And I was always pretty good at arranging music and putting together the chords and singing and that kind of stuff. Adam, he's also very talented, but he's always found his passion in mixing music and making it sound just so good to professional level. Yeah,
absolutely.
And the concept of Concept Mix, the concept comes from me and the mix comes from him. So we're kind of like the bridge between the concept and the mix.
Okay.
And obviously Elijah joined us later, and we joke around that he's the underscore between us because we're Concept _ Mix. So
these guys still come to your house and eat all your food. It doesn't sound like it's rehearsal to me.
It didn't start out as it.
It just kind of sounds like they're hungry and they need a place to chill.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. But I mean,
That's
since
awesome.
then we've gone into like rehearsals and we've tried to do shows and stuff like that. So
Cool.
it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Okay, what are you gonna play for us?
This first song is called Average Kind of Kid. It's all about the joys of trying to fit into society as this average kind of kid, but we all really don't want to be just average.
Okay.
It's not just think inside the box. It's don't think at all. Keep swiping up and you'll get lost in a real world that's made up of fake success and faker smiles. But where does it end? The line between online and reality, like all your best friends' photos of the nails they got done. Send heart emojis, call that love. It's close enough. Am I the only one who's going insane? Asking, is this all life's meant to be? But maybe it's not just myself who's been wondering. Does anyone know how I feel? Sorry, I'm not the average kind of kid. I guess my dreams are just too wide to fit inside this world we live in. Average kinds of kids love the filter lenses, looking for their worth in followers and comments. There's more to life than living, so I wanna be more than the average kind of kid. The average kind of kid.
Wow.
Wow, impressive. You are more than the average kind of kid.
Sometimes I like to think
I hate you. Right. No, absolutely awesome, man. Wow.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
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 It's so. I'm so glad you're part of the Piano Trends team, you guys. It's
So glad to be
fantastic.
here.
Why don't we bring on the mix side of the
Let's do
concept
that.
mix? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Adam Huckabee.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
What's up, Adam? How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Excited to be on.
Hey, I'm just glad you're awake.
I am too. Yeah.
You know? So you're working church duties today, huh?
Yeah, I am the technical director at my church in St. Charles.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great news. Well, welcome aboard. Glad you're here. And we've been talking here with Aldren. So we found out the background of Concept Mix, and we know that Elijah is indeed the underscore. I always wondered what the underscore part was for. Now we know.
Elijah's gonna kill you guys.
Yeah.
You know, Elijah's not here either, is he?
Right.
Yeah. So
Anybody who can handle a drumstick is also a ninja, so I
Yeah.
gotta be careful.
Well, yeah, and every drummer, you got to respect drummers because they want to be musicians too. And so someday, we'll teach them to play an instrument, and they will, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Funny enough, Elijah's probably the most talented of us three in terms of just like musicianship. Guy's got chops in more than just drums too.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
And for all you drummers out there that really love that comment that Tim made, send it at pianotrends.com. Feel free to send in what you feel about that comment.
Yeah, please do. We're glad to. And everybody should know if anything goes haywire, it is Aldren's fault.
Yes,
He's
it is my
accepted
fault.
all responsibility for goes.
We know he's the redheaded stepchild.
Yes.
Exactly.
And you could reach me at tim@pianotrends.com.
And I'll direct you immediately to the Huckabee.
at
That's right.
I got a question for Adam. So Adam, give us a little bit of a background on what sparked this for you. What made this? Why do you do what you do? What really made that happen? And how old were you when it happened?
I love that question. I became a musician in fifth grade, picked up trombone, and then got into choir and show choirs and musicals and vocal jazz and marching band and all sorts of stuff. I've just always loved music. It's something that I think is incredible. It brings people together. It's something we all enjoy doing and keep getting better at through our entire lives. And as I got out of high school and started doing other productions, I kind of went, the sound is often like atrocious for a lot of these shows and things. I could probably do this better. So I kind of got into mixing musical theater. I experimented with studio work from home, and eventually, once Aldren and I crossed paths, it just felt like the perfect way to kind of bring all this together and be like, okay, let's take all this creative energy, all these things that we want to share, and combine it with really exceptional production work and create something incredible. And that's kind of what drives everything we do.
That's awesome.
Hey, and Adam, I know that this fall you're using some of your talents at the Rouse Center. You're working on a show there with the kids at the Rouse. Is that right?
I am. Yeah, I'm going to be lead the what do we officially call it? Theatrical Foundation or something like that for the youth there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Looking forward to that as well. So now this concert, tell us how this concert, your first concert at a venue like the Arcada, how did it come about? Either one of you could answer that one.
Oh gosh, obviously we had this release for the album that it was a whole process just getting this recorded. We had to go to Iowa and use a studio up there. Elijah is kind of our connection for everything, and his connections are gracious enough to kind of get us into the studio up there, and he actually used to work for the Arcada as well, and so they got in contact with the people at the Arcada, and they gave us a quote, and we're like, well, we're going to make it work. Yeah, we've always wanted to play a show at the Arcada, and with this album coming out, it just seemed like a very, very good time to try and get something out there like this.
That'd be great. Now, if somebody wants to purchase tickets, do they go straight through the Arcada, or do they contact you guys? Do you have a website they can go for?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, look, there it is, right there. Incredible. Our website, conceptmixmusic.com, right on the homepage, you'll find all the information you need.
Mm-hmm. Adam put a lot of work into this website, so please visit it.
Yeah, don't make it a waste of time for him, please. Go check it out. And we got times and dates there, right? So feel free, check them out, guys. I think this is something that the world is going to settle on, some of this new concept mix that you guys have going on. Your own songs, right? So, I mean, the talent's just oozing here. You won't be disappointed to go check them out, for sure.
Absolutely. And people can also check out some of your videos that you've already got up on YouTube.
That's right.
Ahead of time. And trust me, if you do that, you're gonna wanna go see this show, because the guys are great, and they put on a great show both visually and musically. So, all the tunes that you're going to play at the Arcada, are you going to play your entire album? Is that the plan?
So our album Metacognition is 12 songs long, and we've had, throughout the years in all our performances, we've had a handful of songs that aren't our songs, covers that we do during performances that we just love to perform, and we thought we'd add it into the mix. So I think show's like, 15 songs long, 16 songs?
19 total.
Oh, 19 songs.
It's good to know, right?
No, yeah.
I'm glad you're in the band.
I know, right? This is why Adam's here.
Adam's doing 3 songs by himself.
Yeah.
Listen, I have wasted $15 on nonsense when I could be doing this, right?
Right.
For $15, and check it out, guys. When you leave, pick up the CD, get a shirt. Once people see that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, where did you get that?" Right. And then you're gonna be able to direct them, because, I mean, look at the artwork on this stuff, Tim. The creation, it just keeps going, right? The creative level is just nonstop. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, I know these guys are creative. I witness it every day. So this is all good stuff, and people need to support it and get out there and be there, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to have the time of your life that evening. let's take a short break. Can you give us just another sample of something you might do?
Of course, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I wish you were here to perform it with me, Adam. Adam is the bass.
I was singing the harmonies along earlier.
Out of time with me. That would be great.
Yes.
But this one's called Ethereal. I shouldn't play it that high. I'm not feeling that right now. Sorry.
I like the way he changes keys on the fly like that too, right?
That was the warm up.
I'm a stargazer as your light soar across the sky, and in the stellar chaser, catching up to the speed of light. Keep me close by you, like the earth orbits round the sun. 'Cause it got me thinking, isn't this life ethereal? If I could try to comprehend the way the universe was spoken into its design, if I could see beyond the curtain of creation just to see inside your mind, would I see galaxies beyond our mind's capacity as far as in the farthest skies? Obscured in all the clouds and thunder, I'm finding it hard to discover miraculous wonder. But if the whole world had disappeared, as long as you're here, I know that I've chosen right. So whenever I face my fears, remind me when it's hard to see the light. I'm a stargazer as your light soar across the sky, and in the stellar chaser, catching up to the speed of light. Keep me close by you, like the earth orbits round the sun. 'Cause it got me thinking, isn't this life ethereal? Ethereal.
Very nice. Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. And I see Adam chomping at the bit there, wanting to play a little bass there.
No.
On that one.
You know, I saw Adam almost doing the sign language for the hearing impaired on that one, which was awesome. He was doing, he was doing
Yes.
the whole thing. I loved it. So, Tim, what are you singing today?
Wow, you threw me for it.
Right.
Take me out to the ball game.
Oh.
There you go.
Take 1, 2, 3. What key are you doing it in? Okay. There we go. Fine.
And done.
Incredible.
And
Wow,
Another flawless
that was
performance.
amazing.
Another flawless performance. We'll do that later on with
That's more than
Conspiracy.
$15 a ticket.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Honestly, yes.
I only charge $1. You know, and people won't pay that. Yeah.
How did you two meet? How did you and Adam meet?
So you could kind of jump in later too, Adam.
Sure.
We, I think the first time we met was, we're both connected to this theater company, Children's Theater of Elgin,
Awesome.
and they were doing a show called Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys, how familiar you guys are with the show, but one of the main antagonists of the show is this huge plant that just eats
Feed
things.
me, Seymour. Feed
Exactly.
Me. Right.
I had the honor of playing the plant in the show.
Wow.
You look like it.
Yeah.
I could
You
see
make a
it.
hell
I
of a
could see it.
plan.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one of my first entrance things into theater. I was very shy, and luckily I didn't have to be on stage because they had a giant plant puppet. But Adam was helping out with music direction, and he was just very involved backstage, that kind of stuff. And so he was actually in the pit for the show. And backstage, as we would pass by each other, I would just be like, "Hey, Adam," and that's all it would be for like however many pass-bys that we had. And slowly I started to be like, "Hey, Adam," and then I'd give him like a high five, and then that kind of stuff. And so the director, Mr. Matthew Bishop, he was running kind of this choir camp outside of Little Shop of Horrors, I think, right? And we both got called on to be counselors at that camp. And from there, we started hanging out. Like, it was like a week-long camp that we would go to every day. And from that, we were like, hey, we should just like hang out after camp too. And from there, it was like, oh, you do music production. Awesome. I love to make covers online and stuff like that. And it's history from there, really. But
yeah, these two are hard to separate. That's true.
He's tried.
But you know, it's interesting. This how they come together was really cool, because beyond that, everybody remembers our friend Jason Bruno, who's no longer with us. But he really is the one who brought Adam into Piano Trends.
Okay.
First as a teacher, and then I believe it was when Jason was leaving that Adam started working the counter at the store. And eventually we needed more help, and then Adam brought along Adam, or what's your name again?
Adam.
Aldren. Adam too.
Adam times two.
Adam times two. Yeah, brought along Aldren, and rest became history. And then it winds up that you're actually there more Piano Trends now than Adam is.
Yeah.
So
The tradition continues.
Yes.
tradition continues. Yeah. So and then you'll bring your sister along at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
And she'll be there.
She'll be there.
Also a talented person.
Yeah.
I've met his sister. The cutest little thing. Talent oozing off her. I'm like, is your
Well,
whole
she's a
family?
theater girl too. Your
She is a
sister's
theater
in a
girl.
lot of the
She
shows at
is.
Central.
Yes,
yeah.
she is.
So Adam,
Yes.
being behind the scenes in theater, right? Which is, my daughter was in theater for a while. Shout out to Virgil, aka Alyssa. She wanted to be on stage so bad. It was like, I want to be on stage. And then, they gave her a part that was part of the staff that was more backstage stuff. And confirm this for me, Adam. I said, you can be on stage, or you can learn from everybody else's mistake while you're backstage.
Very
In
true.
order to be on stage. But then if you know how to do everything, you become more valuable.
100%.
Yeah, and so, that's what you're doing back there, and now you're directing, and hey, listen, spoiler alert. I'm going to spoil it, Tim. I'm going to spoil it.
It's your job.
Here at 216 Creator Studios, we are not only going to have a record space for live bands, but it's also going to be rehearsal space for
right.
some local bands. And we are throwing the fish hook out to Adam for a lot of that talent that he carries in order to make everybody sound great. Along with Aldren to be able to help produce that. So not only are they talented in their own band, but you too can meet them hands-on by renting out this space. If you have a local band that you have no place to play, we have instruments here. If you can't bring it, we have
We got it,
That's
right?
So stay tuned for that, folks. That's going to be great. And Adam, we'll have to have, obviously, a discussion for that. Didn't mean to put you on the spot with it, but you're doing it. Right. So just a little bit of a spoiler alert for you there. So this show that you guys are doing, Adam, tell us a little bit about your side with this show. What are your thoughts to being over on big stage with Concept Mix, and what are the next steps for you guys after that?
Yeah, it's a good question. First of all, I feel like I need to shout out Tim and the Rouse Center for having us for the Battle of the Band about a year ago. That was the first time we actually got to play on a stage that size. And once you do it once, it's addicting. You want to keep getting to play in front of crowds like that. Playing venues that have full-scale production. So we're excited for that. What was the second half of your question? I already forgot.
Where are you going from there? What's next?
Where we
What's
going
after
from
this?
here?
What's the next big plan for you guys?
Oh goodness. I think getting to perform more in general is definitely a big push for us. We started working already on a second album that we've had a couple songs for. Spoiler alert. I don't know. I think we're just kind of keep pushing and see what comes of it. Take advantage of the opportunities that come up.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Huh. Interesting. What's your intake on that?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we've been working on our next album. 12 songs is a lot of songs to come up with for an album. As we learned with this past one, it's this last album actually we started writing for it back in 2020. At least a lot of the songs go before we even started as a group together, but production actually started like 2020, so like 4 years now, almost 5, coming on 5 years of production. So we don't want to do that right away for the next album. I think we're thinking around like 5-7 songs for the next album, something like that. We'll see where it goes, but yeah, I mean, playing this show, there's so much going into this show. Both of our experiences in theater background were like, we have to make this show so good. We have to get a production, and like we have to get videos up on the screen and lights getting set in certain ways. And we were even just saying, like, we would love to perform this in another place at some point too, while we have the show ready. But you know, who really knows when that might happen? So we're looking into stuff.
I think, Tim, a follow-up around the piano after their show would be great, because then, you know, we can have Adam here and he can get on that guitar as well, and then maybe talk about what it was like at the concert.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's a good plan.
I didn't get
Good plan.
I didn't get the invite, but if they want, we would be willing to go front center stage and do some data recording for you guys. Then that way, on the next show, we can talk about the entire concert, bring in some of those videos. That's not our first rodeo. We've done that. This time we'll be in front of the fence. But,
Inside joke there.
yeah,
but,
right.
Yeah.
Do-do-do.
Boom.
Yes.
But you know, if that's a possibility, we'd be happy to do that. Then that way we could do an hour-long special just on concept mix. I'd be happy to do that.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of like the idea. You know, then we're all set. First, Jefferson Starship, and then we move up to concept mix.
Well,
Yeah,
that's right.
clearly the next level up.
Level up, yeah.
Concept mix.
We've already gotten Aldren's name wrong twice, so we're
We
already
have who?
I don't know who that is. So
I've called you a lot of things over the years.
Aldren might be one of them.
But it might be, yeah.
Elgin is in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Elgin Briones.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I called you Adrian like twice already. It's just
It's all the same.
Walter
It's
Aldrin.
okay. I understand.
So do we have another song?
Yes, we do. I got one. So this is actually the last song on the album. It sounds a lot cooler on the album because it's played with electric guitar, but I'll do my best to make it sound somewhat cool on piano. This one's called Take It Back. I've got a tendency to move faster than my mind. Things would be simpler if we just had to pause and rewind. No need to skip ahead when we move at the speed of time. Rather than leading it, it's me who's catching up to life. But when the future becomes your enemy, losing sight of now. If the present's hard to see, then just follow me, 'cause we're taking it back, and we'll never surrender. It's taking it back. It's the only thing that we got. When you're caught up in daydreams, transition back to present, don't let it fade to black. So close your eyes and take it back. Oh, 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 oh.
I'm just blown away. I really am. You know, that's it's an emotion that they're dishing out, right?
Absolutely
And
is, yeah.
you know, the way you handle it, and the way you handle yourself, Aldren, is amazing. It really is, man. It really is.
It's even better with the rest of the band, I promise.
I'm sure. I'm sure. You know, I think it's three of you that create the entire puzzle. And you guys found the missing pieces to make it all work together. And that's huge. That's huge. And so we usually ask, and I'll let Tim do this, but we usually ask one question to everybody we interview. What's that question?
You know what, guys? You're still young, but if you were to give any advice to somebody just starting out where you guys were a few years ago even, what advice would you give them?
Adam, you want to go first, or?
Oh, gosh.
Because Aldren hasn't thought of anything yet.
My mind is blank right now.
Well, think about the challenges you had to.
This is tough for young people to do that because they're still in the process of working through this.
Well, how about we rephrase the question a little bit? What are the challenges that you've had to face?
There you go.
And how did you overcome them?
I think one of the biggest struggles for us, especially in the beginning, was just balancing time to finding the time to not only pursue something that you're passionate about, but also get good at it too. Because I mean, we live the musician life outside of doing this. We do a lot of freelance work outside. Adam's got his own job at his church, and we both do teaching, and we take gigs here and there. So finding balance between all of them is definitely not an easy thing to do. And I mean, we're still figuring this sort of stuff out, but these days it's felt like we've had a bit more of a handle on everything. And now, with the album coming out, hopefully that is shown a bit in the quality of the production of it, and even getting to do the show too. Balance is a big thing. Striving for balance.
Yeah, I can see that. So you guys started, you have lives, right? And so trying to get that together between everybody's schedule to constantly practice or create or write is, I'm sure, not an easy task, right? And so who does all the writing?
This album, it was both of us. It's split almost right down the middle. I wrote half, Adam wrote half. Some we've collabed on. So it's definitely shared work in the creative process.
Yeah. Adam, what are your thoughts, man? What were the challenges, and how did you overcome them?
To kind of play off what Aldren had said a second ago, I think a lot of it is knowing what's important in the first place. When we first started out, we weren't really sure, are we performers, are we songwriters, are we producers, what are we doing? So taking the time to really work through, experiment with some things and figure out, okay, these are the things that we want to focus on is huge. It's a lot easier to make time for things when you know what it is you want to make time for in the first place. And when you're just like, let's try and do something at some point. I feel like we definitely kind of like Aldren had a lot more focus, which is really helpful.
One thing that I've noticed with you guys, and one thing that I've always preached, and a lot of the people that Drew and I have talked to just in this past year, the biggest advice, the one thing that seems to be a common thread is to not give up, continue to believe in yourself. When other people shoot you down, pick yourself up and you keep going. The moment you let somebody else tell you you're not good enough or that you should give up, you're done. Yep. So as long as you don't give up, you keep fighting, you keep at it, good things will happen. It might take a while, but there's no overnight success here. That's but right. Just as long as you guys remember the people who supported you on the way up when you get to the top, because we'll be coming asking for free tickets and
of course
new cars.
Are you kidding me? I'm doing that now.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Adam told me the little Ford Fiesta from 1996.
Right.
There you
He's
go.
got that dialed in for me.
You got it.
And then maybe some tickets to the next concert.
That would work.
I think too, because of Lifting Spirits, the show Lifting Spirits, they're also, spoiler alert, they're also in another band. The Keep On Keeping On
Coco band, yeah.
Coco.
And so they have a lot of fun doing that too. You can catch that show every night. I don't know how you guys do it. Every night,
every afternoon. It's
somewhere between 3 and 7.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Right. Awesome. Listen. Time goes by so fast. We're already 40 minutes in.
Well, you know what? We're going to do a review, and we're going to come back, and we're not going to be critical reviewers, but after the show, let's do this again, and maybe you'll get some footage down there at the show, and
yeah. So let's see if we can hash that out, and then see what we can do, and do a review. Come back and let's do an hour-long special. I think it would be great. We appreciate Adam and Aldren joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Thank you, guys.
As I usually do, I'll put Aldren on the spot to carry us out with maybe a cover, if possible. Your favorite guy. Let's do something a little different. And ladies and gentlemen, around the piano, Adam and Aldren. And here is the cover of one of the mentors, I want to say, to Aldren. Right? Is that about right? Okay.
Yeah. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. Well, he doesn't have any.
I don't have it right now. Yeah.
Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, for we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright.
Around the piano. Keep on keeping on, everybody.